Well, hello. Welcome to Linguistics You Can Use. It's September 3rd, 2021. 2021? Is that how we're saying it? That's a linguistics thing we can go into, but we're not going to go into that today. I'm Sonatina. I'm your host here at Linguistics You Can Use, and today I thought we would have a little fun. We've been going through a lot of heavy topics the last few weeks. So I thought it would be nice to take a little break and have a peek into what our friends over at Coffee Talk, the coffee shop that's only open at night, are up to. And so let me see about transitioning to gaming setup. Ha ha ha. So the reason that I'm choosing to play this game for linguistics you can use is, well, it's called Coffee Talk, right? Talk is one of the fundamental elements of sound, of language, right? It is language in a lot of ways, right? So today we are going to be looking at these characters and what they're talking about. Talk about, how they're saying stuff, what area of life they're discussing, right? If you have any questions about, the tone or anything about, like, what the characters might mean behind the words, let me know in the chat and let's get started in our day. Ooh, zombie virus. That's no good. Seattle groceries, distribution problems, harm local restaurants. I don't think that's true. Fire plans to enforce stricter regulations to manage illegal immigration. These are not good headlines. These are not very what is it? These actually do sound kind of like Seattle Times headlines though. So yeah, I guess that's the kind of world we're living in. If you're wondering what kind of coffee I'm enjoying for Coffee Talk, it is a instant blend with some cocoa mix. Ooh, looks like somebody's quite happy. What is wrong with you, Pollyanna? The barista asks. Can't you just enter like a normal customer? Oh, Freya, our loyal customer. Sorry. I'm so excited to share this with you. What are you talking about? I know what to write for my novel. If you don't know any writers, this is a big deal. Is it one of your impulsive temporary ideas again? Hey, don't be rude. I'm being serious here. Okay. Just tell me, what are you going to write about? This coffee shop. What? I'm going to write stories about this coffee shop and the people who come here. Are you for real? Yes. What if I say you can't do that? I'm not asking permission. That's like a breach of the customer's personal lives, you know? Relax, I know that. I just need some inspiration from this place. The stories tell themselves. The stories themselves will be loosely based on what I hear and see here. How loosely based? Knife Walker, novel versus movie level, loosely based. Knife Walker. I'm not sure if that's in this world or real. The old one? Of course I'm talking about the old one. It's already very different, you know. You can't get more different than that. I mean, it's not like I can tell you not to write about a coffee shop, right? No, you can't. Although you can just ban me from coming. Okay, you're banned. What? Just kidding. I wouldn't do that to my loyal customer. Very funny. Thanks for not banning me, though. Anyway, I'm really excited to see who's gonna come tonight. I wonder what kind of stories they'll have. Alrighty, so now we have the setup. We have our officer, Georgie. Let's see what is up with Georgie. Good evening, Officer Georgie. Hey, Pop. Seems like you're in high spirits this evening, Miss Freya. And please, Pollyanna, no need to be that formal with me. We're both on duty here. Hence the formalities. You're as stiff as ever. Anyway, I have a shift tonight, so I'll need the usual. You have all the ingredients today? Not everything, but more than yesterday. Except for tea. I'm out of tea. You still remember my favorite, right? Coffee with a hint of sweetness. You got that right. Make sure not to use milk. Yeah, thanks to your Tomodachi profile, everyone knows you're lactose intolerant, Georgie. Anyway, a cup of sweet, healthy coffee, please. All right, let's make a coffee. Well, let's see, we got coffee. Well, oh, we have honey. Let's sweet. Maybe coffee and 2 honeys. Because he wanted it sweet. And I noticed that 2 coffees was more bitter than the sweet one, so there we go. Coffee with honey for the man on duty. Not everyone can manage this combination as well as you. Thank you. By the way, I haven't ordered anything myself. Provide me with service like you gave the old Pop here, please. What are you having? Still need to ask, huh? You never know. Espresso, of course. The one and only espresso. We have coffee and coffee and coffee. Espresso it is. A starless night sky for the green-haired fairy. I'm not even sure whether that's a compliment or not. This is perfect. So, how's everything going to the paper, Miss Freya? As usual, awful. She's making a risky deal with her boss. Yeah, pretty much. Kind of deal. A possibly life-altering deal. A very dangerous one at that. Okay. A deal she regretted. Not that much. Folks, seriously. Care to show the details properly? You tell them. She's secretly using her work hours to do something else. Something like writing her own novel. You got balls, I can tell you that. She does. Gee, thank you. How's Leap of Faith going so far? It's not slowing down, that's for sure. And I haven't seen any safe haystacks to fall into. Good luck with that. Don't worry, she's not losing her job. At least not yet. Her life will be pretty hard if she messes this up, though. Thank you for the reminder. So yeah, as Pollyanna said, my editor-in-chief doesn't know about it yet. But my novel is going to be published by our parent company anyway. So technically I'm still doing work for the company. She'll be really pissed if she finds out, though. Wait, is stealing time a crime? Technically, I might have to arrest you. Yeah, especially considering, like, the real world, mostly it's the bosses who steal from time from their employees, but, you know, are we gonna get into that here? Ha, you do it all the time, too. These are just coffee breaks. Sometimes they might take longer than they're meant to, but still, coffee breaks. You're making me feel worse by saying that. You should feel bad. Stop adding salt to the wound, okay? It's just a fact. I'm not sure whether this will make you feel better or not, but if your writing career goes up in flames, the police force is always looking for people with balls as big as yours. I wonder if this had been written today, what it would be like. I wonder if this is they're just mostly talking about, getting through. These are like formalities. There's a lot of like idle talk in here, and it's interesting because uh it's like I feel like there's going to be a story, like there's something, like we're getting to know these characters, but like it feels like I should know more about them already by now. From I feel like this is like the third day that I've been playing with these people, and I don't know much about them yet. Ah, Georgie is saying, please don't write about any shady-looking police officers who live to take breaks more than they should inside the coffee shop near their post. I mean, that could be like anywhere though, because again, this is pretty much what the cops do. Uh, I will definitely write about that police officer. He'll make a good comedic character. I would call that a compliment. Pollyanna's probably worried about losing customers to breach of privacy. Considering like everybody who goes to a coffee shop knows that like writers hang out at coffee shops and use the people who hang out at coffee shops. I'm very curious. See, I chose this game specifically because it's a fantasy uh coffee shop in Seattle. It's a conversation game. It's like, yeah, like this is so funny. I feel like this is one of the most realistic and unrealistic games I've played. And like, did they go into a coffee shop and get all of this stuff? The stories I've heard, they'll only be the inspiration for what I write. That's the thing. Like, why are we hearing this stuff from twice? As someone stationed here, I assume you've heard a lot of stories from the people around here, right? No. Come on. Nope. No, no, no. See, no, this is another thing about, so, un, uh, unspoken gestures, right? The video game characters the developers, right, are showing how he's looking aside and taking a lot more quick puffs from a cigarette, which is a calming agent for people who smoke. So it's basically indicating that he's nervous about something. Maybe because he did help Freya. You helped me once with one of the stories I wrote for the paper. The one about the secretly rich beggar hanging around the block. Wow, this is a really weird game. I'm very curious about who wrote this. I helped you write more than one, actually. What? Really? Now it's my turn to say, come on. Which stories are you talking about? You asked for information about the busker. The one who's always playing his guitar. Always got a rose with him. Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, poor guy. Hearing about your girlfriend passing during an investigation is, I don't know. It's hard. He took it quite well, to be honest. It was hard, but at least you gave him closure. He never complained that you used his story for the paper. I got his blessing before giving it to the editors. Well, at least he's become more popular since the article was published. More income for someone in his line of work. Yeah, the rose has become some kind of prop for him now. Anyway, back to the topic. Any hot tips? Okay. Have you heard about this one girl? Ooh, tell me. Lately, this girl's been coming to a coffee shop in the area more than before. It's pretty weird. I don't know what her deal is, but she has bright green hair. Oh, come on! I was so excited to hear about something real. You think you're not real? Wow, that went deep fast. Faster than my career going downhill. Hey, what's with the sudden mood? Yeah, cheer up, girl. Sorry, I'm having mood swings because of the pressure. You'll do fine. I mean, you're great with your short stories. Oh, by the way, why this coffee shop? Well, because I spend a lot of time here, I guess. And then there's this couple that visited the coffee shop yesterday. What about them? They're going through a pretty hard time together. You know, different races, different cultures, families don't approve. When I heard their story, I kind of felt their pain. What's happening to them happens to a lot of people. It's been told in fictional form countless times before, but it's always interesting. It's always an interesting topic to discuss. Are they regulars here? Nope. Girl visited this place before, if I'm not mistaken. She was with her coworkers or clients, helping her friends sober up, I guess. You gave people coffee to sober up? Of course not. Some folks request coffee, but I recommend against it. I usually end up giving them tea, hot chocolate, or just plain water. That's nice of you. I hope they don't get pissed about the wrong order. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Good for you. Anyway, look at the time. It's time for my shift. Oh yeah, go on and do your job, old man. Don't forget to share anything interesting you hear with me. Let's not make this a habit. Can't promise you that. See you later, everyone. Whew. Interesting. Tomo da Chill. Oh yeah, this is like the Facebook of this thing. So here's Georgie. Lactose intolerant cup. All right. We have Gayla. That looks like a picture of Keanu Reeves. Lua. Oh, that's the customer I saw yesterday, and this one as well. These are the two customers that, well, yesterday in the game world. The last, if you want to see the last, you know, them being introduced, go ahead and head to the last Let's Play. All right. I need to concentrate like crazy, so I'll move to my usual corner. Good luck with the writing. All right, so we are hopefully gonna go meet some new customers. Maybe the two from yesterday. That should do for the experiment. Someone's coming. Oh, who are these? Welcome, Mr. Gala. Hi, Pollyanna. Can we sit here? Sure thing, sir. A stranger. This is the place you recommended? You like it? It's fine. I know it's like it's not like the coffee shops you're used to in LA, but Gayla, it's fine. Sorry to interrupt. Do you want to order anything? Yes. What do you want to drink? You first. All right. Anything with coffee and ginger, please. Okay. Coffee, honey, and ginger. Let's see how this works. Your order is ready, sir. Thank you. About you, sir. What would you like to order? Is it good? I like it. Not sure if it'll be to your liking or not. Okay. I'll have whatever he's having. Coffee, ginger, honey. Here's your order. I'm pretty sure this is not what he ordered. Oh, let me correct that. Never mind. Sorry for the mistake. Anyway, how's the town treating you so far? Same old? I was surprised seeing so many changes after just a few years, though. That's true in the real world right now. Yeah, things change a lot in just 20 years. Even this coffee shop, I believe, was a bar back then. When did you open this coffee shop? We opened around 6 years ago, Mr. Hyde. My name is Hyde. From what I gathered, you're from LA, right? I am. I used to live here decades ago, though. What brings you back to Seattle? Here for work. I'll probably be here for a few weeks. He travels a lot. I see. You two have known each other a long time, I assume. You could say that. Yeah, I think we met not long after you got married, right? It's around the 60s, I believe. Wow, that was a long time ago. Not for our kind. Wait, if I'm not mistaken, the peace treaty between werewolves and vampires was signed in 1865. So when you guys said you met in the 60s, were you talking about the 1860s? Long pause. Seems to indicate, perhaps. No, we met in the 1960s. We're old by some races' standards, but not that old. Although it's still fair to say we haven't seen each other in a long time. I guess 20 years is a long time. This was the place, wasn't it? Where we first met. Yeah, when it was a bar. They moved. Bankrupt. Such a pity. You're happy the bar closed down? Wits with the smile, if you don't mind. Nothing. I was just wondering, will history repeat itself? I certainly hope not. I've been coming to your place since the first week you opened. You've got something special here. It won't close down anytime soon. Thank you, Mr. Gala. Speaking of, it's been quite a while since your last visit. Busy at work? Kinda. With the news about that newfound virus going viral, the hospital has been extremely crowded. Is the virus dangerous? No one is sure about that, but most people who come in are just, I don't want to use this word, but they're just paranoid. You're still doing the same job in the hospital. What was it called? Admissions officer. And yes, I'm still a hospital admissions officer there. They should have given you a promotion for your loyalty and long service. They offered me a managerial position, but I declined. I prefer doing things. To each their own. Anyway, I was wondering, do they still sell legal blood at your hospital? They do. Although people don't need to visit the hospital directly anymore. They can just order through that blood marketplace app. Because of course, we are in a world with fantasy creatures with cell phones, so of course there's going to be a blood marketplace app. Of course. Are you talking about Bloodlast? Bloodlast get their supply from the hospital. They can't certify blood on their own. Only hospitals and the Ministry of Health can do that. This is interesting. Ministry of Health is a British term. We don't have ministries in the United States. Generally, we have agencies, departments and all that stuff. So I wonder if this is from somebody across the pond. They're just middlemen with a lot of sales promos. You use it often. Not really. I'm just trying a new vegan lifestyle, remember? But I do know the founder of that startup. Oh yeah, how's your vegan diet going? It's not easy, but nothing I can't conquer. Excuse me for asking, but going vegan, do you mean you don't drink blood anymore? Not real blood. Synthetic blood. Synthetic blood. Should be too complicated to explain. Basically, some scientists are working to make some kind of blood that can satisfy my kind without relying on real blood. Considering real blood has some cultural and health concerns. Does it taste the same? More or less, yeah. Isn't it expensive? It is. I can afford it though. But again, they're still working on it, trying to make it more affordable for everyone. Would synthetic blood taste good if mixed with other ingredients? Why? You want to start selling blood-based drinks? You might attract new customers and turn off others. Fair point. Honestly, I don't know if mixing it would taste good. Most vampires prefer drinking raw blood, although some do try experimenting with other things. Other things. Mostly booze. But I know some mix it with not so legal substances. You know a lot. I work in a hospital, remember? Hey, talking about my vegan lifestyle reminded me to ask you something. About what? Monthly fury? You found a less painful method to restrain yourself? Not yet. But I do know that it's a drink. What kind of drink? A certain combination. Ginger and caffeine. Is that why you ordered coffee with ginger? Yes, I'm exploring the possibilities. But this drink wasn't the one. I guess there's too much caffeine in coffee for it to be the remedy. Why don't you use the Fury sedative available on the market? I don't trust them. Besides, that sedative is too general. Each of us has our own remedy that we need to find. And sometimes the effectiveness can change as we grow older. Interesting. This kind of sounds like a analogy to like mental health, right? And werewolves have been alluded to as a proxy for mental health challenges in the past, right? People going wild on a monthly cycle. Yeah. How effective will this drink be? Enough to calm me down. That's all I need, to be honest. At least your calming method is only a drink. I heard some werewolves need to do kinky stuff to soothe themselves during their fury. What kind of kinky? Like BDSM? That only happens in porn. Wait, what? It's famous among our kind. You don't have to feel ashamed if you like watching that kind of thing, you know. Hey, a friend told me about it. Well, he was pulling your leg. Damn. I mean, having sex as a calming method is pretty common, but normally we stick to vanilla stuff. Come to think of it, it would be pretty brutal doing bondage stuff during the fury. Exactly. So, continuing with your story, how far along are you in finding the ingredients for the remedy? So far, all I know is it involves ginger. And probably something lightly caffeinated. Like tea, maybe. Better write that down. You won't want him wreaking havoc in the coffee shop. We don't have any tea today. But the next time you're visiting, maybe I can try brewing the remedy for you. That would mean a lot. Excuse me for a moment. Phone. Sorry, I have to go now. Emergency at the hospital. I think I'll go now as well. We can share a cab. All right. Thank you for the drink. I'll probably visit this coffee shop again before I go back. So I'll see you around. Thank you for coming. Take care on your way home. Interesting. An interesting, a change of energy from the previous customers. Are you done with your writing for tonight? Kinda. Those two guys kinda reminds me of this video I saw online. I prefer if you didn't start fantasizing. It's a video of a wolf pup playing with a baby tiger. It's nice to see friendships that grow in unlikely circumstances. Oh, bad video. What? What video did you think I was talking about? You know. Never mind. You. was just joking. Please don't do jokes. You're really bad at it. Anyway, it was a pretty interesting and productive night. Now I need to get some sleep. Yes, please don't forget to get some rest. I'll see you again tomorrow, I assume? Oh, don't you worry. I will be here tomorrow. Night-night. Be careful on your way back. Getting interesting. I'm, as somebody who has a big fandom of the vampire genre, I am suddenly more interested in this game. Oh, the Evening Whisper. Stop workplace racial profiling, the Orcish Workers Union demands. Despite losing a member, Super Smile's latest album sold 1 million copies. Vlogging is now part of curriculum at some private high schools. You know, I wouldn't doubt that that's actually true. Start the day. All right, so one more day, and then let's see. Ooh, well, hello, welcome. Who do we have here? You. Cup of honey milk, please. Right away. We have milk and honey and milk. Honey milk. Your honey milk is ready. Thank you. You're welcome. Hey, Pollyanna. Seems like there's a cat. Oh my God, she got in with me. Relax. It's okay. Hey, kitty cat. What are you looking for? Want some milk? Hey, barista. Yes, I'd love some milk. Holy! You look like you've just seen a ghost. No, I mean... Sorry. I didn't mean to be rude. It's been a while since the last time I saw a Neko Mimi transforming. We rarely do that in public. I guess you don't have that many Neko Mimi friends. I won't say I have. You folks usually use your feline form to commute, if I'm not mistaken. That's right. Well, commuting as a cat sounds more practical than commuting as commuting as a bipedal form. Kinda. Anyway, before we continue, can I have my milk, please? Oh, sorry. What kind of milk do you want? Just milk. No additional stuff or anything? No, milk and nothing else. Milk, milk, milk. Some milk. Fresh milk for the lady with the pretty smile. Thank you. Are you hitting on an underage girl? I was just giving her a compliment. Thank you for the compliment. It's really good. You're welcome. What's a young lady like you doing alone this late? I'm not a young girl. I'm a grown-up who can take care of herself. You don't look like a grown-up. What? I'm 18. Yeah, that's exactly what I'd call too young. Well, I'm not an old lady like you, for sure. Besides, I've been earning a living since I was 13 years old, so I'm definitely not a kid anymore. How? I'm sure you know. I don't? Oh my, are you? Just say it. If this is something illegal, or if you're in danger, blink twice. Really? With a cute face like mine? Exactly! Seriously, you've never seen me on TV or social media? I don't want to sound like a snob, but I don't watch mainstream media. Snob. Part of the broke but woke movement, I see. You must be the broke part. I don't see you ordering any drinks. What, too broke for a cup of coffee? She's not great for business, no. Oh, really? Sometimes I wonder, could this coffee shop survive without me? What are you waiting for, Grandma? Make your order. Is this some kind of maid cafe experiment or something? So, what do you want to order? The usual. Okay, so I know that if I forgot what she orders, I can look into my little phone book here. I'm pretty sure, but maybe not. Well, this is Freya, and she does not say anything about what kind of coffee she likes, but that's okay. I remember it's espresso. If I hadn't done 2 days in a row, though, I wonder if I would have remembered Freya's order. Espresso. Espresso is ready. Good as usual. Wait a minute. You do look familiar. Are you in a pop group? Are you Rachel Florencia, the member of Super Smiles who just graduated? Started her solo career? Uh-huh. You're not a lost cause after all, Grandma. That brings us back to my first question. What the hell are you doing here? Drinking milk. I'm serious. But you can see it with your own eyes, right? I'm really here to drink milk. How come this coffee shop attracts so many weird people? Well, while I do have a lot of unusual customers, this is the first time we've had a famous celebrity visit. To drink milk, no less. Yay! Achievement unlocked. Literally, look at that achievement in the corner. No, seriously. Why are you here? Well, you know, the young folks' problems. So, if you noticed, I noticed when Freya asked and Rachel decided to get serious, she sighed and her face kind of changed from the, oh, I'm just, here, to a little bit more serious. She's actually like letting some of herself out. So that's another reason why I was interested in playing, this game today, is because dealing with language, as we do here every week at least, is a lot more than just dealing with speaking, right? It is about the whole person. We don't only listen to somebody's words, but we also consider, what they might be going through. And as the speech was indicating, all of these characters know that this particularly famous young lady has just left her band that she's been in for 5 years, right? Since she was 13. So, there's a reason my tone changed a bit. Her personality went from bubbly and happy to a little bit more somber and contemplative. So the tone changes in how people express themselves. It's a way to connect with others without revealing too much right away. I had a fight with my father. And so here I am. I see. But is it okay for a celebrity like you to be out alone this late? You don't need to worry about me. I can turn into a cat. Now I'm really worried. Anyway, what happened? My dad. We got into an argument. He doesn't like my line of work. He always saw my profession as something negative. But I love what I'm doing. What about your mother? What are her thoughts on your career choice? She passed away a few years ago. I'm sorry. It's all right. Your dad know anything about the entertainment industry? He used to work in showbiz years ago, decades ago. So yeah, he does know a thing or two. Oh, and now we have Officer Doherty's back. Good evening, girls I've never met before. I just saw you yesterday. Just kidding, Freya. Anyway, Pollyanna. Yes, officer. I need something for my sore throat. Can you get a brother a cup of green tea with lemon and honey? This really feels like it was written by somebody that's not from Seattle. Green tea, lemon, and honey. Cough syrup. It is some good, that is good for your throat, for sure. Special drink is ready. Well, well, well. What do we have here? Some special cough syrup. What do you call it? Cough syrup. Of course you do. Let's see whether this drink tastes as good as it smells. Damn. This is great. How's your day going? Anything out of ordinary in your patrol? Yeah. Anything interesting today? Actually, I witnessed something scary on my shift today. Tell me. Tell me. Sure you want to hear it? Yes. The scary thing I witnessed was my salary. Seriously, not even close to the truth. Today's payday, and I checked the ATM during my shift. Such a horrible sight. Other than that, and the labor union protest, everything's fine though. The politics of this is just so fascinating. This is just the politics of the game. I'm very curious. How can you say that it's fine? We got a young celebrity lurking around by herself. Ain't that strong proof that this area is safe? Hey, thank you for the drink and the place to sit. I'm going back now. Oh, thank you for coming. Hope you enjoyed your time. Mm-hmm. Some people you don't get to know. What the hell was that? She just sat there and read. I'm pretty sure that's normal in a coffee shop. I mean, you always do that here when you're writing. I guess you're right. Anyway, so where were we? Yes. What are you doing here, young lady? It's pretty late, you know. I don't have anywhere else to go. And this place looked cozy. Let's see. So you basically wanted to go to a bar. But you're underage, right? How did you know? You can read minds now, old man? I have a daughter around her age. It's easy to translate what they say. Especially when you have to deal with them every day. I don't know why you're here, but everything's gonna be okay. You can forget all your problems while you're here. Dude, you're a cop. It's not his job to take care of someone else's daughter. He is a cop. That is exactly his job. Exactly. Relax, Freya. Don't be so uptight. Yeah, Mr. Policeman here made me feel much safer already. You know it yourself, Freya. This place is very safe. Right, Officer Georgie? Of course, this is the safest place around here. Hey, that endorsement comes with a discount, right? Oh, here's an interesting. So, if you notice, the text is normally a bit of a bigger font, and this was a little bit of a smaller font, indicating perhaps it is a whisper. Freya, not impressed. What? Don't look at me that way. You're a cop, old man. Act like one. I like Freya. I deal with crimes and public safety. How should I know how to handle someone else's daughter? You should know. You are a father yourself. Oh, right. Guys, you know I can hear you, right? Really? See, Freya, she has good hearing. That should help protect her. That should help her protect herself. Anyway, Miss Rachel, Miss Rachel, what brings you here? As I've told the others, I had a fight with my dad. Yeah. Why are you laughing? Me and my daughter fight every day. Why would you say that? Because it's true. I fought a lot with my kids. That's normal. In fact, whenever we finish arguing about something, we become closer as a family. Hmm? Because when things calm down, I learn something about them, and they learn something about me as well. As long as we don't leave things unresolved, an argument makes things better. But it happens so often. Tonight was just one among countless others. It wasn't like this before it happened. You mean before your solo career? No, before my mom passed away. What happens after each fight? Nothing. We just don't talk about it until another fight starts. Unresolved problems are dangerous. It ain't easy, but you gotta understand each other better. As much as I hate to admit it, conflict is always the best way to know someone. Also, I'm gonna pause and talk a little bit in my thoughts because I wrote a paper in college with a very similar thesis statement, which is basically that like it requires you to know what you're not in order for you to know really what you are. The teacher that I submitted that paper to wasn't really impressed with that particular line of thought, not because he didn't think that it was valid. He just didn't like it. He was like, "Oh, that's such a like negative or like so like limiting way of seeing how we come to know ourselves." Now, in my particular instance, I was writing a paper about the early Christian group known as Carpocratian Gnostics. Carpocratian was one of an early leader in the nascent religion of Christianity, which at that time was just a collection of people, you know, who had heard about this guy named Jesus who went around telling people to be cool to each other. And so a bunch of people were like, oh, yeah, that sounds like a good philosophy. I'm going to pick that up and keep going with it because other people think that's cool and I can get attention and power if I take these guys' words and use it for my own benefit. Now, Carpo-Christian Gnostics, they had their own thing going, but I think it was Justin. Shoot. I remember the Carpo-Christians were the ones I did the paper on, obviously, but I'm fairly certain, it was Justin or Justinian. It was probably a J word. Well, he did not like, maybe it was Josephus. He did not like these Carpo-Christians. He didn't like any of the Gnostics. Most of the, what would become the mainstream Catholic Christian church did not like anybody outside of their group. It's kind of why they, hammed everything else out of existence as much as they could. So the reason that I wrote that thesis statement in the paper was that part of the development of the mainstream Catholic Church was its use of the groups they didn't consider themselves to be a part of as a way to differentiate themselves and explain their own philosophy. So for me, the thesis statement was quite logical, right? Like the mainstream Christians used these Carpo-Christian Gnostics specifically, and this particular mainstream or like father of the Catholic Church used this group specifically, and that's why I wrote the paper on them to differentiate the real Christian religion from these, weird, pagan Christians. And although conflict is always the best way to know someone. When you see what people are fighting against, it helps you see what they're for sometimes. And sometimes it's not always good, but sometimes it is. But it was never this bad when Mom was around. She's the only one who understood me. And she also understood your father. And maybe he and your mom also had arguments. But your mom acted as a mediator between the two of you. possible? Now that Mom's gone, I don't have anyone to act as my guardian. And your dad? He lost his best negotiator. Wait a second. You said this happens a lot. But why did you run this time? My daughter never ran away. Wait. Maybe it's because I'm the one who always ran away, using my job as an excuse. I can confirm that. Yeah, I run here a lot. But yeah, I hate to tell you again. You gotta resolve your issues. Unresolved problems are dangerous. In any relationship. I don't understand what you're going through, Rachel. I also ran away when I was younger. Are you on good terms with your parents now? I am. When and how did it happen? To be honest, I'm not even sure myself. It just happened. Maybe I should run even further. I mean, I have my own income. I don't need to rely on my dad. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. Why? I'm an adult. No adult would ever say, I'm an adult. I mean, I kind of do sometimes. Just give yourself time to think, Miss Rachel, and try to understand your father's perspective. I'm sure both of you will be able to solve this like adults. You don't need to rush to a decision. I'm not sure about that. Just take your time. But now I recommend you just go home. It's really late. I need to go home as well. I can give you a ride. But you don't need to talk to your father right away. Just go straight to your room. At least knowing you're safe at home will give him some peace. That will allow him to think more clearly about everything. You're right. You really are, Cop Georgie. Of course I am. So where do you live, Miss Rachel? In the western part of Nago Town. Oh, that's quite far. You're still gonna drive me home, right? Old man. Of course I will. Should I drive you home too, Miss Freya? No, you don't have to. I'm riding my bike. Are you sure? 100% sure. Okay, well, be off then. Thank you, Pollyanna and Freya. Take care on your way home. See you around, Pollyanna? And there they went. Yes. You can stay longer if you want. Nah, it's fine. I also have to call it a day. How's the writing, by the way? It's getting there. It's nice to hear. I'm juggling a lot of work, though. Barely made my deadlines. I don't know if I can keep this up. Why don't you just come clean? Tell your boss about the publishing offer. Who knows? Maybe she'll understand. Yeah, right. Great job, Freya. Here, take some money. Go take a vacation and finish your novel. In your dreams. I'm not exactly employee of the month. You never know. You never know. I might end up on the chopping block. The pressure. I'm sure about one thing, though. This coffee shop has a lot of stories to tell. So yeah, I'll probably be back tomorrow. The door's always open for you. I bet it is. Okay then, take care. Be careful on your way home. Well, that completes our play of Coffee Talk and Linguistics You Can Use for the week. I think it was quite an interesting exploration of conversation, different relationship types, you know, and political ideas. Yeah. I'm excited. I'm interested to see what kinds of stories develop, right? Are we going to be seeing, these characters back? Will that orc, I think it was an orc, in the football jersey return? And we'll get to learn her name maybe? It's an interesting exploration in relationships, I think. So, Thank you once again for joining me for Linguistics You Can Use. I hope to see you next week for another exploration about linguistics, language, and how crafting sound meaning can help you potentially improve your communication in your daily life. Have a great week. I'll see you soon. Bye.